Good morning, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. So, my dear students, it's Shalim Reza, senior teacher of Milestone College, English Medium Senior Section. So, I would like to take a class on Bangladesh and Global Studies of class 8. So, my dear students, we have already completed some chapters, that is chapter 1, 3, 5 and 9 on first evaluation. Now, my dear students, and you have got two classes on second evaluation, that is CW number video recording class 16 and 17. And today I would like to take a class on CW number 18 and the lesson number is 5 and 6. But before that, my dear students, I wanna ask you some question on lesson 3 and 4, that is about the previous class CW number 17. So can I ask you, my dear? Yes, thank you. So my first question, when was the independence of our country declared? Yes, right, that is 26 March. And then you know that before this declaration the massacre was held. What is the name of this massacre? Absolutely right, that is Operation Searchlight. So you know that for conducting Operation Searchlight, the Pakistani ruler, they have brought some weapons and arms by loading a ship. What's the name of this ship? Right, thank you, my dear, for telling this right answer. That is MV Swat. So in that night they have killed many peoples, teachers and students. Can you tell that how many students and teachers they killed from Dhaka University? Absolutely, thank you. That is 300 students and 10 teachers they have killed on that night. So my next question, that when was the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibnagar, arrested? Thank you, thank you. That is 1:30 a.m. of 25th March midnight from his 677 number house of Dhanmondi 32. So that was the discussion on previous class. Thank you, my dear. You have learned very well, and side by side you should also mark the important line and the important date and event. Students, now another question from lesson 4, that is a person declared the independence of our country on behalf of Sheikh Mujibnagar. Can you tell the name? Yes, you have told the right answer, that is M.A. Hannan. So M.A. Hannan, the political leader of Awami League from Chittagong, he has declared the independence of East Pakistan by saying that I, M.A. Hannan, on behalf of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, declaring the independence of East Pakistan. Thank you, my dear. So the declaration was broadcasted through a radio center. Can you tell the name? Yes, you have told the right answer, that is Independent Bengali Revolutionary Radio Center. Independent Bengali Revolutionary Radio Center. Good. So you have learned very well, and you know that each and every year one creative question, in some cases two creative questions come in JSC. That's why you should learn and read and side by side see some video clips on the Liberation War so that you can write very well about this chapter. My dear students, now I would like to discuss on CW number 18, that is lesson 5 and 6. So the topics of lesson 5 is preparation of Liberation War and the formation of temporary Mujibnagar government. And the lesson 6 topics, that is formation of Mukti Bahini and its activities. Students, you know that Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman has declared the independence of our country at 12:20 a.m. on 25th March midnight, and he was arrested at 1:30 a.m. and later on he was kept at Dhaka cantonment, and after 3 days he was sent to the prison of Karachi of West Pakistan. But you know that he was a prominent and international types of leader, and that's why he got some facilities to contact the people of that East Pakistan, and the political leader of East Pakistan they could contact. And from here he has given the direction that how the liberation war will be conducted and the government will be formed. And later on, you know that the Mujibnagar government or exile government or the temporary government was formed at Amro Kanon of Bodhunath Tola, Meherpur district, Greater Kustia. So, actually it was inside the mango garden, and where was around 800 mango trees, and so that the other collaborators of Pakistani rulers and also Pakistani army could not find out them. So this Mujibnagar government was formed on 10th April 1971 for conducting this liberation war smoothly. And later on, you know that this Mujibnagar government has taken the oath on 17th April, and this oath was conducted by Professor Yusuf Ali, who was a prominent person in East Pakistan. So, my dear students, in this government there are 6 members. At the beginning, you know that Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he was the president of this government, and later on vice president he was Sayyid Nazrul Islam, and he was overall in charge of the liberation war and the other activities on behalf of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. That means in absence of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And the Prime Minister of the then government was Tajuddin Ahmed. And there is more 3 members, that is Finance Minister, he was, that Captain Mansur Ali, and then Home, Relief and Rehabilitation Minister was A.H.M. Kamruzzaman, and the last one, he was Foreign Affairs and Law Minister Khandukar Mushtaq Ahmed. So that was the body of the Mujibnagar government. The activities of Mujibnagar government was divided into 2 types, that is civil administration and another one is military activities. So my dear, you know that if any country or any state wants to run their activities and maintain their every organ and communicate to each other, they should have some administration, like foreign affairs, then communication, then home and relief, rehabilitation, that kind of, and side by side that cabinet secretariat member of the parliament. So this all together, a country is run smoothly. So the then Mujibnagar government also there had some administration. So that time there are 11 administration zone in East Pakistan for conducting the Liberation War smoothly. So, my dear students, an advisory board was formed along with 8 members. Among them, the prominent leaders, that is Maulana Abdul Hamid Khan Bhashani, then Muzaffar from National Army Moni Singh. So, these are the members of advisory board. And side by side, one planning commission was formed where Professor Dr. Muzaffar Ahmed Chaudhary was the chairman of this planning commission. So this all together they have divided the country into 11 sectors for conducting the liberation war properly. So my dear students, for doing that kind of activities, some other collaborators of East Pakistan, that means the powerful or prominent person of East Pakistan, they also participated in this liberation war. These persons are, that M.A.G. Osmani, the Chief General of Freedom Fighters, then another prominent person, that is Colonel Abdul Rauf, the Chief of Staff, and another person, that is A.K. Khandekar. He was the Deputy Chief of Staff of the Liberation War. So, my dear students, so that Bangladesh was divided into 11 sectors for conducting the liberation war. So let's see how the country was divided. So I will discuss the sectors through the map. So dear students, for your better understand, I will discuss the 11 sectors one by one. That is, see here, sector 1, it is started from Chittagong and Chittagong hill tracts. See that is Rangamati, Bandarbon, Khagashuri, this and Chattogram. This all together it was under sector 1, and then the sector commander was Major Ziaur Rahman from April to September, and later on Major Rafiqul Islam, he was from June to December. So my dear students, there are 2 sector commanders, and later on sector 2. So sector 2 was, say, some portion of Kumilla, then Akaura, Boiro, Noakhali, Feri, then some portion of Dhaka city and Faridpur, all together was under sector 2. Okay, so my dear students, the sector commander of sector 2 was Major Khalid Musharraf and Major Haidar Ali. Major Khalid Musharraf must write down the information regarding the sector commanders. Am I clear? Okay, then about sector 3. So sector 3, the regions of this sector was Hobbyganj, then some portion of Akhaura, okay, then Kishoreganj, and there is some portion of Dhaka city, then Bhairab. All together it was sector 3. It was sector 3, during the Liberation War. Am I clear, my dear? And the sector commander was Major Shafiullah and Major Nuruzzaman. Major Shafiullah and Major Nuruzzaman. Am I clear, my dear? And then now I am discussing about sector 4. Okay, the sector regions of sector 4 was the eastern part of Sylhet. Okay, here is Maulavi Bazar, then some portion of Hobbyganj. Okay, and greater Sylhet up to Dauki. That means the border area of India and Bangladesh. Okay, there is a place, and you know that if you visit these places, then you will get a waterfall. Okay, so that place is known as Dauki. Okay, so up to this was sector 4, and the leader, that is sector commander, was C.R. Datto. Chittaranjan Datto was the commander of this sector. Am I clear? So then again another sector, that is sector 5. Okay, sector 5, you just mark. Okay, in your book maybe there is a map. Okay, see the map and also side by side see the sector's name. It is given to your book particularly. I am just discussing overall. Okay, so you will get some names particularly. So see, sector 5, it was the western part of Sylhet, then whole Sunamganj, some portion of Kishoreganj, and the border area of Greater Moymenching. This is under sector 5. Okay, and the commander of sector 5 was Major Mir Shaukat Ali. Major Mir Shaukat Ali. He was the commander of sector 5. Okay, sector commander. And later on, see, after 5, it will be sector 6. Okay, it is sector 6. So the regions of sector 6, it is Greater Rangpur, Thakurga, Dinajpur, Kurigram, Lalmonirhat. These regions under sector 6. Am I clear, my dear? So see, that is Kurigram, Lalmonirhat, Nilphamari, then Panchagor, then Thakurga, Dinajpur, some portion of Dinajpur, Rangpur, all together it was under sector 6, and the sector commander was Wing Commander Bashar. Wing Commander Bashar was the sector commander, okay, of sector 6. Am I clear, my dear? And then I am discussing about sector 7. So this sector is special to me because I am from Rajshahi, and sector 7, this is Rajshahi regions. Clear? That means some portion of Dinajpur, then Bogura, Nauga, Chapairamganj, Rajshahi, Nator, Shirazganj. Okay, this all the portion was under sector 7 during the Liberation War. Am I clear? So the group leader, that is commander of this sector, was Major Qazi Nuruzzaman. Only one sector commander, that is Major Qazi Nuruzzaman. Am I clear? So it is in Rajshahi, the greater Rajshahi. Clear? So my dear students, I discussed from 1 to 6. So if you have any confusion, okay, about the sectors, you just see your book and you can repeat the video, then you can get the information again and must note it down. Clear? And then sector 8, and this sector 8 is very special. That the Mujibnagar government was formed, okay, in these places. I have visited this place, and practically I have seen many of the that evidence is available there. Okay, the places where the people, that means the leader or the member of Mujibnagar government has taken the oath, this place is marked with red colored stone. Okay, and there has 23 that sculptures or monuments which refers each year from 1947 to 1971, and there has the white colored stone at the roof. Okay, that is at the floor, which refers to the freedom fighters. So that's why this place is marked inside the mango garden. Clear, my dear? So according to my practical experience, after visiting these places, I am just telling that really this sector 8, it is really special. So that is Chuadanga, Meherpur, Kustia, Jhinai, Magura, some portion of Khulna division, Narail, Gopalganj, and some portion of Faridpur, and this all together is sector 8. And if you see that Meherpur, okay, see around the border, okay, so in this place the Mujibnagar government was formed. Though you cannot understand the writings of this map, but I am telling one by one, so you can note it down. So that was sector 8, and the commander of sector 8 was Major Abu Osman Chaudhary, and another one, it is M.A. Manju. Okay, Major M.A. Manju. These two persons by rotation were the commander of the sectors. And later on, sector 9, it is that the greater Borishal, that means Borishal, Putuakhali, Barguna, and the southern part of Khulna, okay, like Bagerhat, then Satkhira, then other portion are Sundarban mangrove forest area. This portion was under sector 9. Am I clear, my dear? So later on, the leader, that is commander of this sector, was Major Abdul Jalil and Major M.A. Manjur. Major Abdul Jalil and Major M.A. Manjur was the commander of this sector, that means sector commander. Clear? So, and among all the sectors, that only one sector is different. Can you tell why? Yes, that is, this sector 10 is different because there are no particular sector commander. There are no particular sector commander in sector 10 because that it was in the Bay of Bengal, that means the coastal area of our country. It was under sector 10. Okay, that the total border area with the Bay of Bengal of our country is 711 kilometers. 711 kilometers. So in these regions, the security was maintained by the naval forces. Okay, naval forces. So these naval commanders or naval forces, they were the commander of sector 10. Am I clear, my dear? So now I am going to discuss on the last one, that is sector 11. That is sector 11. That means that your school building, okay, in different sectors, and our buildings, that is sector EMSS, English Medium Senior Section, that is in sector 11. Okay, so it matches with this sector 11. See, so the sector 11, it is that is Netrokona, Mymensingh division, then Dhaka, then Tangai, that means Greater Mymensingh. This was under sector 11. This was under sector 11. Am I clear? So the commander of this sector was Major Abu Tahir. You know that Colonel Abu Tahir. Okay, he was the commander of Sector 11. So, my dear, I have discussed one by one. Sector 1, okay, it is in Chittagong, Greater Chittagong areas. Then Sector 2, especially Dhaka. Then some portion of Kumilla, okay, Noakhali. Sector 3, then it is Kishoreganj, Akhaura, okay, and Sector 4, the eastern part of Sylhet, then Maulavibazar, these regions, and then Sector 5, the western part of Sylhet and Sunamganj. Then Sector 6, it is these regions, that is Rampur, then Thakurga, okay, Dinajpur, these regions, and Sector 7, some portion of Dinajpur, Greater Rajshahi, that means Noga, Bogura, Champaranganj, Natok, Sirazganj, all together. Then Sector 8, it was in Meherpur, Kustia, Jashore, okay. Then Sector 9, it was in that Khulna and Greater Odisha. Sector 10, it was in our coastal area, okay, which was led by the naval forces, naval commanders, and Sector 11, it was the Greater Moymenshing. So, my dear, that was the discussion on the 11 sectors during the Liberation War. So, through this way, the Liberation War was running properly so that we can defeat the armed forces of the Pakistan. And you know that time the some portion they were in favor of Pakistan. They were the collaborators of Pakistan, like that Rajakar, Al-Badur, Al-Shams, Shanti Committee. These were in favor of our that means West Pakistani ruler and against the Liberation War. My dear, it was quite difficult to continue the war with the Pakistani ruler, but also the agitated people or the different soldiers and the professionals and the forces all together have participated, and that's why it was possible to continue. So, in that time, there are different sectors and subsectors and some other forces. Like, there are three forces, that is Z force, S force, and K force. So, this name was named according to the commander of these forces. Like, that Z force, the leader of it was Major Ziaur Rahman. Then S force, the commander of this force was K.M. Shafiullah. Then Major Khalid Musharraf was the commander of K force. So, through this way, three brigade forces were formed during the Liberation War. These three altogether was named as what? That is brigade forces. Am I clear, my dear? And side by side, Mujibnagar government also divided the other forces into two groups. That is regular force and another one was occasional force. So regular force was formed, consisted along with the soldiers of East Bengal Rifles. And you know that it's a matter of joy for the East Pakistani people, that means our present Bangladesh, that the forces, three forces, that is Army, Navy and Air Forces were formed in this year, that means in 1971. So, my dear, so these regional forces were helping us to conduct the Liberation War. And later on, occasional forces. So, occasional forces was formed along with the students, teachers, other professionals, farmers, all together. So the name of these forces actually was Gano Bahini. Gano Bahini, because there were different types of people, different professionals all together, and there has had another one, that is that Mujib Bahini. So this Mujib Bahini was named as Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation, and later on, the member of this Mujib Bahini was the selected prominent Chhatra League leader. So, and side by side, there is NAP. They all together form the occasional forces. So, my dear, that now we are at that 50 years. That means it is golden jubilee. So we have reached at 50 years of our liberation war. That means we got the liberation war in 1971, and from then it is 50 years that we passed after getting the liberation. So in this year, government is celebrating this Independence Day, that means 26 March Day, with a great enthusiasm and joy. That different countries' prime minister and also president is coming to our country to participate the program of the independence. So it's a really great achievement for the Bangladeshi government, the present government. We thank especially the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the daughter of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. She actually made the country, made the people united again to continue the developing process properly. So, my dear, and side by side, different regional forces also were working with these occasional forces, regular forces, then armed forces, navy forces. So this also was named according to the leader of the groups or the forces, like that Hemayat Bahini, then Akbariya Bahini, Kadiriya Bahini, okay, so Latif Mirza Bahini. So this all Bahini, then Halim Bahini, okay, this all Bahini together helped the country to get rid of this situation. And my dear, that there was another platoon, that was crack platoon, whose the activities was to blast the prominent and high-rise buildings, like that Hotel Intercontinental and different offices and electric offices, then the places where the foreigners were living, the Pakistani soldiers were living. Okay, they conducted the bombing in that places. So actually, the leader of this crack platoon was, that the son of the father of the nation. That means Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's son was responsible for conducting that kind of activities to diminish the Pakistani soldiers. So, my dear, later on, another one, it is too much important for you, that is Operation Jackpot. Operation Jackpot. Actually, this operation was conducted by the people of East Pakistan to destroy the ship in Mongla port and Chittagong port. So through this destruction, this Operation Jackpot got the more advantages, and it was spread out around the country that they have done a vast destruction against the Pakistani army. So they have destroyed 10 ships in Chittagong port and 50 ships in Mongla port. So it was a great loss for the Pakistani ruler. So through this way, actually, the liberation war was conducting during that time, and you know that the struggle, the sacrifice of the people, of our mother, of our sister, uh, finally got the achievement, finally got the victory through the 9 months liberation and our sacrifice. We got our motherland, we got our independence, we got our victory. So far from the Pakistani, from the foreign rulers, after a few years, few 100 years back, because it was started from that 1757. So after around 400 years, then we got our actual victory in 1971 on 16 December. So, my dear students, you are a newcomer, so you have to know about your country, about your history. You know that without history, we cannot, do or we cannot tell anything, we cannot say anything. Okay, so like history like a mother. Okay, without mother, you have no existence. Without history, a country has no existence. You know has and there is no existence. So you must know about your country. You must know about your country's history, the Liberation War, especially, so that you will get more enthusiasm to love your country. So, my dear students, that is from lesson 5 and 6. Now, I would like to ask you some question from this lesson 5 and 6. Can I ask you, my dear? Okay, so my first question is that what is Operation Jackpot? Yes, that is the operation which was conducted to destroy the ship of the Pakistani ruler, that is Operation Jackpot. The next question, that is, who was the undisputed leader and the president of Mujibnagar government? Yes, you can very well. So that was the right answer. That is the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, was the president of Mujibnagar government. So you know that though he was the president, but also around the Liberation War, he was in prison of Pakistan and he was tried to kill, tried to bury it, but because of the support of the foreign countries, foreign policies, the Pakistani ruler couldn't kill him. Okay, so my next question, that how many brigade forces are there? Yes, there are 3 brigade forces, that is Z force, K force and S force. Okay, so my next question, that during the Liberation War, how many sectors were there? Absolutely right, that is 11 sectors. Okay, right, my dear students, thank you for telling and giving the feedback properly. So next, I'm going to give you some related question that is important for you from this lesson. So my first question, number 1, that is, what is Mujibnagar government? Here is marks 1. Then number 2, how the Mujibnagar government was formed? So there is marks 3. Then number 3, that is, who were the members of Mujibnagar government? that is 2 marks. Then next, number 4, that is how many ships were destroyed by the that is Operation Jackpot. Yes, that is total 60 ships were destroyed. So there will be 1 mark. Am I clear? So nothing is given, my dear. So just learn this related question what I have provided, my dear viewers. So this is for all. Thank you, my dear. Take care of you. Allah Hafiz.